Okay. All right. I'm not worried. Not worried because there's some kind of like I'm getting two things, two shows. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ellen Williams and Blackadder and Kerry. How are you? Let's see what we've got here. Because I've got two streams. They're exactly the same stream, and I can't get rid of one of the streams. But I think this is the right stream. We got Alex here and Mike Ryan and Leanne is here. So that's really good. Kerry is here. We've got people coming in. Let's see how many we have just to start, just to say hello. Is here. We've got people come. Okay, got 14 people watching. Welcome to Knight Rider Extra. I don't even like that name. I don't like that name, Knight Rider Extra. But we've got really, really, really good news tonight. There's a peace between the Gazans, Palestinian, Arab, Muslims, and the Jews. And from what I've read, that the Arabs have said that we are sorry for all of the trouble we've caused the Jews. We're sorry for the 48 references to killing Jews in the Koran. We're sorry for all the river to the sea stuff and the scaring people and the killing people and advocating it. So we're not going to do that anymore. Whether that's true or not, that's totally not true. Of course, it's not true. But so we've got that. We've got Joodles is here. What is the extra bit? This is extra. So it's an extra, and it's an extra stupid word. Extra bit. I'm very tired. Praise President Trump. Trump Gaza, shining bright. I mean, I'm not as Lucy is optimistic. I'm not optimistic. Extra carbs. I basically was so good today, and then I went in and had my dinner just like 5 minutes ago, and that was a mistake for me to have. That's more important than Gaza, Palestine. It's my mom and dad's 60th wedding anniversary, Alan Williams says. And when I mentioned it, she immediately equaled it to 3 life sentences. Of course, that's totally not true, because women love being married. They love being married until they don't, and then they tell you, and then they made a mistake. So let me just see. I'm going to write down what I ate today, because I think I've been all right. I just had 4 eggs, 4 medium eggs, whole medium eggs. I had 4 of them. That's 200 calories. I had some beef fat that I cooked it in. Do you guys eat beef fat, anybody? How are you doing? Okay, so Kermit is here. Good to see you. David B. is here. We got some different. Do we have any different people? Mike Ryan, you weren't here at the earlier one that we did. You missed a good couple of hours, Leanne. Very much lowering the tone. What have I missed on Discord, Alex? Asked Joodles. What have you missed? So let's write down the beef. Let's say I had 10 grams of that. And then I had some Turunska. Have any of you had Turunska? This is going to be a hard show. I just don't feel great. Which was, let's say that's 40 grams of that. It's 100 calories. What else did I have? Anybody remember what else I had? I had Mrs. Kipling. A Mrs. Kipling. What kind of cakes? Are those French fancies or Bakewells? What are the things that are in the little plastic wrapper? They're that size. They're in a plastic thing. They've been cut already, and then they've been put in each one of those things. I don't know. So that's what we could discuss the Gaza situation if you want to discuss it. I'm really pessimistic about it. Maybe it's the quote unquote Palestinians' admission that they can't win this thing. But they are winning because they've convinced people in this country to go against the Palestinians. Well, whatever. I don't want to say who. Could be any number of things. Let me see if I can find it. Lemon layered slices. Could it be a layered slice? Bakewell slices. How much? Let's say it's 20 grams. I'm going to say it's that. It's 20 grams. Did I have anything to eat since? No, I've had nothing. So I've had 1,300 calories today. So tomorrow I'm going to be. I think it's Bakewell slice. I don't think it's angel cake because it had some kind of color. I should have taken a picture of it. And it's because it comes in like 10 or something in a box. I don't know what the name of it was. I should have taken a picture of it. We aren't looking up cakes for God's sake. Yes, we are. The Arabs will never win. My religion is not Judaism, but I'd rather they have custody of the holy city rather than the nonsense. I don't think you would. I don't think you would. I mean, what do they stand for? They stand for covering your faces, no dogs, no alcohol, women being totally all dressed up. They're not in favor of women working, abortion, if you like that kind of thing. That's what they're in favor of. I didn't take a picture of it. I didn't, because you preach to us not to eat them. Thank you very much. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite and a liar. It was 20 grams. I'll tell you how many grams of carbs I've had. I'm trying to be low carb, and I've had 51 grams of carbs today. I think that's what I've had. So I'm still 1,300 calories. That means tomorrow I will wake up thinner. I will wake up in the 76 kilograms. I mean, I don't know if I look good. I don't know if I look good. Do I look good, ladies and gentlemen? I want you to look good. I want you to look. I don't like the way I look. Actually, I was saying I look good. I don't look that good. That's why you can't sleep, Kerry says. You don't eat properly. Yes, I shouldn't be eating at 10:30 at night. But I don't know. The fact that we've changed the time. This is, how many days is this? This is day 4 of this. Because we changed. Mrs. Marmite. Who is Mrs. Marmite? Where are you from? How old are you? Are you fat? What's your diet? FM Ghost is here. Mike Ryan would look a lot younger than you say you are. I do. Do I look close to 70 years old? I'm 70 years old. I'm 70 years old. Maybe I'm not. I'm 68 years old. We have had the Great War, 1914 to 1918, the Greater War, 1939 to 1945, and soon enough, the Greatest War. I agree with that, Blackout. It's going to be the greatest war. It is a war. And I know everyone's optimistic because, you know, Neville Chamberlain Trump comes back with a piece of paper. I mean, God bless him. I don't know what he did. I can imagine what he did. He basically said to all the countries, if you Palestinians do bad things, I'm going to come after you. You're a Mr. Yeah, Mr. Marmite. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Where are you from? How old are you? And are you fat? Where are you from? How old are you? And are you fat? And everybody should say that. And are we trying to lose weight? We need to be thin and beautiful. I'm trying to be thin and beautiful for you people. Let me show you how I look. I'm going to show you how I look. Can you see how I look? Can you see this? I put on a different shirt, same shirt, whatever. Can you see that? Can you see? Can you see? This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. We want to see nothing there. You know, our enemies are fat. So we need to be thin. All those carb-eating veganites, horrible, are fat. Ricky Gervais, who I like a lot, he's fat. He's fat. You can. Mr. Marmite says he can run fast. How did you hear about this show? Remember, all the people here. It shouldn't be for me to ask these questions, but I want to be Lewis. I want to be you when I'm nearly 80. Well, I don't know. I got 10 years to go. I could totally collapse, but I hope I don't die. And my kidneys are not that great. I'm going in for a kidney examination on the 13th of October. I'm not going to die. David B is here. That's so great. Mike Ryan, you're 40. You're 42-inch Irish trim. But I live on a mountain most of my life, so being fit is not difficult. Well, you're 42 years old. People who are 42 are fat. And everybody, give Mike Ryan a round of applause. That's what we need. We need people thin and beautiful. Because when we have our meetings, I want everybody to look the best that they can look. The best that they can look. So I can put my arms around you and give you a great big hug. So Mike Ryan, thank you very much for being thin and beautiful. I'll repeat it so Lewis can see. Well, according to Redacted, in 15 days, if all's going to kick off between the idiotic EU and Russia. Yes, People say, wait a second, what happened to the war in Palestine? There's going to be a bigger war between Russia. What do you think, Russia's going to go away? You're totally right, Vatanai. Totally right. I mean, I don't like Russia, but the way we've handled Russia is atrocious. Atrocious. Mike Ryan, are you Northern Irish, says FM Ghost. I think we're headed for trouble, but that's the way it goes. And with me, I've been waiting for trouble my entire life. Okay, trouble. That's a song by Cat Stevens. I don't think he's using that name anymore. Just don't eat after 6 and go for a 5-mile walk every day. You will cut down fast. Yeah, probably you're right. Don't eat. But I wake up at 12. So why can't I eat later than normal? If I woke up at 6 in the morning, that'd be one thing. Can I wake up late. Russia doesn't have the bottle to escalate. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Russia has a lot of bottle. A lot, because they don't want to go down. What's his name? Does not want to go down. Because it's not an elected thing. He doesn't want, what's his name? Vladimir Putin. Okay. And let's not forget China and Taiwan, my MC Scott. So there you go. Well, let's not forget what's going on in Nigeria, which I'm not familiar with, but I have a feeling it's something bad. It's happening to the Christian population there. So there you go. So Steve Cuff is here. So there you go. I think he's here. He's Steve Cuff. Let's say hello to Steve Cuff. Northern manpower, half Armenian, unless they've commanded the whole world. Well, they might. They're letting in all the South Koreans, North Koreans, right? Judel says it there. Judel's very smart. Mark the Rosian. I have a feeling they won't back down. They won't want to escalate, but they also don't want to look weak. Well, that means they're going to escalate. Otherwise, Xi will get uppity towards him. Exactly, Blackadder. And Xi needs an excuse himself to go to war. He needs to do something. Xi. And he's losing it himself. So it's a time of transition. It's a time of transition. That's why the chatters here, the Schafferettes, we need to be together and strong. And the most important thing to being together and being strong is to lose weight and be thin. Who is fat? Who wants to stand up now and say, I still have 10 kilograms to lose? Who wants to do that? Judels comes in. She's not saying anything, but North Korea plays toy soldiers. Have nothing. They do, but they have thousands of people who are going to lose their lives. Lorna says, my eyes are bad. I thought you... Oh, okay, we can't read that. Dirty Lorna. What did Lorna say that was dirty? She loves the... Okay. And he has nukes. He's got some nukes. It could all happen. Why can't it happen? It can all happen. And Donald Trump is a little bit... I don't know, is he full of himself? Maybe he is. The economy of the EU is desperate. Yes, they're desperate. I need a new hairbrush. Is desperate. The independent commentators believe the war is an excuse to boost the defense sector and kill some people off. I don't see that's unlikely, Vatanai. I mean, let's face the fact. The left want to kill people. They believe in killing people. They invent ways of killing people. They scare people to death. That's what the left does. They don't love this country. They don't love the world. Is it wrong for me to talk like that? Anyway, so welcome to the show. Today is the 9th of October. This is show 121B, right? So that means we've done, how many shows have we done? Is Chinese food considered fast food? I don't know. It's considered takeaway food, David B. That's a good question. The Rocket Man can lend nukes to our enemies. Yes. He could lend nukes to, and that's why I supported blowing up Iran's nukes, and even England's nukes too, basically. I detest the mean, nasty left. They are mean and they are nasty. And they think they're better than us. Lucy says no. What are you saying no to? Just some random thing that I've said or somebody else, Lucy? I love when Lucy talks to me, but I never think she's talking to me because she just said no. Who did she say no to you? Is Chinese Elvis considered Elvis? Well, that's interesting because in the English language, the last word in a person's language is the most important word. So you can have Jewish Elvis, Chinese Elvis, Black Elvis, but Elvis is the most important word, says Hi Ho Kermit. What do you say? Can you write down what you say? Fast food. Okay. It would have been my hilarious dad's birthday today. Well, it's not that funny now. Whatever. Yeah, it would have been. Is that tragic? It's tragic. People dying. I hope I don't die. Maybe my son will take over. John Miller is here. We're up to 32 views. That's so good. John Miller. Let me just check how many views we have. Let's see how many views we have. We've got 14 likes. Can we like it? The 34 views. That's amazing. That's like really amazing. What will all the protesters do of a weekend now that there's peace? John Miller. He's right. They're going to keep on kill the Jews. They'll focus on the Jews. They will because they want to kill people. This is what the left do. They want to kill people. Yeah, I know you don't care about my concerns. I mean, you do kind of, but I care about your concerns. If prepped in advance, then Chinese cuisine is generally fast food, says MC Scott. Yeah. Let me repeat what John Miller said. What will all the protesters do of a weekend? That's such an English phrase, do of a weekend. Now, there's peace. There's no peace. There's just a ceasefire. There's no peace. Remember that Israel gave up the Gaza to those people in 2008, and the Arabs, Palestinians, whatever, they went in there and they destroyed every last bit of Israeli stuff in the country, all the buildings, everything. They just razed it to the ground. They will carry on about Nazis off our streets, blah, blah. That's what they'll do. I got called a Nazi today, I think. Did they call me a Nazi? I got called a Nazi C-U-N-T today because I posted that I was on GB News. I mean, what? Ridiculous. They are still going to protest. That's what Beautiful Leanne says. Fahima on GB News tonight was the perfect example of why. She was on earlier. Well, tell us why, Leanne. You can't just leave it like that. Leanne, he don't have the same regard for human life. Ukraine and Russia are prepared to chuck men at the war. Well, that's what the Russians have done historically. And the Russians have chucked land. Remember what they did during World War II. What did they do during World War II? I'm asking you a question. What did they do? I cannot bear that ridiculous woman, Leanne. I cannot bear her. That's Fahima. Well done for watching it, Judel says. He's giving you the support. The Chinese don't live long. I think they do. They're living longer and longer. What is the life expectancy of a Chinese person? Can we look that up? I'm going to look that up. Life expectancy of mainland Chinese. Okay, we're looking. I just Googled it. What does it say? 79 years. 79 years. Oh, 79 years. They're doing well. Oh, it could be a lie. Who's saying that it's a lie? What do you think? The Chinese people lie? They lie. I think they lie. Angry socialists screaming Nazi at people at the level of stupid they need to do. That is crazy. That's what Mike Ryan says. It's totally. Mike Ryan's Irish. He knows what crazy is. But that is totally crazy. Kermit says, well, and he's speaking to me now, so let's just see if what he says is correct. He's saying this, well, in the English language, Lewis, the second word is the most important. So they weren't bothered about the Nazi bit. I don't think that's true. Is that true? Or you're making a joke? Remember, Kermit, I don't get the jokes anymore. I don't get the jokes anymore. I don't get the jokes. I have to close the door. I close the door. If the Ukraine got rid of Zelensky, they would do better. He is a short. We don't make fun of somebody because they're short. And remember, he's a comedian. He's a Jewish comedian, so he's a lot. Or he used to be. He used to be A Jewish comedian. Everybody, let's while we're starting here, go and like. Whoa! Go and like the stream. Go subscribe. How about we subscribe? I haven't got a new subscriber in a long time. Go subscribe. Maybe is there anything on the box there that says subscribe? And make sure you go to coffee. Fama, says Leanne, basically showed she wasn't happy in any way about the deal. She said it won't stop anything until the Palestinians are not under occupation. No relief for the bombing. Doing it all. Yeah, they're going to be angry. They're going to go home, and it's not going to be a home. They're going to be angry, fam. What is her religion, Fahima? What is Fahima? Is Fahima a Muslim? Is Fahima from Israel? She could be a Muslim from Israel. Fahima, GB News. Let's see what it says. GB News. Fahima Muhammad. I don't want to see what she has to say. I don't know who is she? Let's find out who she is. Gaining experience. Fahima's passionate, working collaboratively. Does it say this is like Empower, whatever that is? I don't know. What name is Fahima? Arabic. Quick-witted. That means smart. Her name is Smart. Never go out with a woman who's smart. They're very dangerous. They're very, very dangerous. Fahima wears a hijab. You know what? Which is good weather in this country. Not in the summertime, but it's good in the wintertime. So there you go. So basically, what have you decided? Lorna Hutchinson. He is a clown by trade, and becoming a politician was quite in order for him. He does nothing but beg. If he had a background in the military, he'd be just like Putin. Remember what country he lives in. He's not living in a lovely country like England. So depending on the country that Zelensky is living in, he's living in his country. He's living in his country. Vatanai says, it's ridiculous that our woke governments hate toxic masculinity and they hate borders, yet they want to support a war by making men go fight to defend the border. Exactly. It's just basically, it's a horrible government, but you want it. This is the government that you've got. What is the government that you've got? You've got a parliamentary system. Oh, look at this. Del Boy Trotter, who's named after Peckham. Have you been here before, Del Boy? Where are you from? How tall are you? Are you fat? You should have your own show on GB News called Lewis Schaffer at 9 p.m. That would be nice to have. Thank you, Del Boy Trotter. Have we met before? Have you seen my show? Are you from anywhere that I know? Are you fat? Let's find out. Are you fat? Let's find out. An army of yes, send the transvestites in. They're pretty angry and killing people. Indeed, Lewis, says Blackadder, but he could bother to make it better instead of provoking the Russians to invasion. Well, the longer they're invading, the more he stays in power and the more money he steals. Supposedly, he's stolen a lot of money. I'm not saying if he has, but it looks like he has. And if that wasn't enough, Blackadder, who's 20 years old, this guy's very, very young. If that wasn't enough, employing Nazi militias to fight the other Nazis, among other things, is crazy. Yeah. Louis Zelensky's country is great where he is. I don't know, how great is it? I'm being messaged by a dangerous woman, says Steve Cuff. Lewis Schaffer, I have a bit of a beer belly, but it's not all that. It's not the steak I eat. I've been following a carnivore diet. I don't eat vegetables. Okay, well, keep on going, Del Boy. Everybody give Del Boy a round of applause. How many pounds, kilos, stones do you think you have to lose? How many do you have to lose, Del Boy? Because that's what we're doing here. We're all getting thin and beautiful. I ate a half an hour ago, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Anyway. Hey, everybody join the Discord thing. That'd be nice if you did that. Mr. Marmite says women are crazy. This is a man after my own heart. I don't even know the guy and I like him. It's the hormones. It's more complicated than that, but yes, it's also the purpose that they have. They've got a purpose. They have organs. FM Ghost, who's also 20. People are younger and younger in this stream. That's really good. So, Lewis, since you like everything raw, do you think men should wear condoms or go raw like you? Well, who says I go raw? But the answer is yes. I don't think men should wear condoms. I don't think it's necessary. I think men should have one wife, or maybe two, or maybe three, and they should not wear. I mean, this is where I'm going to get into arguments. Is what do you think, FM Ghost? I quite agree. Zelton is a begging bowl bastard. Well, that's like me. That's what I am. Aren't I a begging bowl bastard? There's Kermit coming in with the Discord thing. I'm a begging bowl. I'm begging you people to pay attention to me. I'm begging you people to listen to me. Lucy, here's what Lucy has to say. Russia didn't need provoking. They've wanted Ukraine back for a long time. And you know why? Because the president, whatever it is, of the Communist Party, Mr. Not Brezhnev, Khrushchev, he gave it. He was Ukrainian. And as a gift, he gave it to the Ukrainians. Did you know that? I saw a documentary. He wasn't the nice guy, but they actually let him live afterwards. I don't know what he said, but that was the first time they let a retiring general live. So you are right, Lucy. You are right. They don't acknowledge Ukrainian identity. The truth is that the Ukrainians were there first, supposedly. I saw a very interesting documentary. There's a rabbi who did like a whole thing about the Ukraine, and it was quite interesting. I recommend it. Women control access to sex. If women refuse to have sex outside marriage, there would be no AIDS, no STDs, etc., etc. Well, you missed the show the other day. AIDS is bullshit, and STDs is bullshit. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So it isn't that you're not getting it from women. You're not getting AIDS from women. You're not. Please throw our Lewis a shekel. Thank you, Jedster. Did you see the video that I think Kermit or Shanks did? It was really brilliant. Jedster, I mentioned your name. Thank you very much. So, Del Boy, I disagree with you. Remember, we discussed this. There's no such thing as HIV. There's no such thing as AIDS. Okay. When I wore a condom, I barely felt... Can we not be this dirty? I barely felt it was nowhere near as good as feeling without a condom. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, the Ukraine, well, they don't want us to have sex because they don't want us to have children. They don't want us to. They want us to be whatever. I don't want to discuss it. It's too painful. Blackadder, here's Blackadder. You did see it. So Jedster, good job for seeing it. Thank you. Blackadder says, Lucy, it's debatable how much of an identity separate from them they are, but also how much they desire them back. With most of Russian majority areas that they want, Ukraine is in its current form is the greater Ukraine. It's a lot of area. Well, they actually control lots of Russian people there, don't they? If women wouldn't have sex with men, men wouldn't have sex with women. Brilliant. Yeah. I don't know why you're mentioning that, because he's talking about this. Anytime somebody mentions AIDS or HIV or any kind of germ, just remember, I'm not saying I'm right, but just remember, Lewis Schaffer doesn't believe in it. Lewis Schaffer. But FM Ghost, he's 20 years old, Lucy. Women would have sex with anyone but their partners or husband. Would they have sex? Are they that loose? I'm not sure they're that loose. I don't know. Maybe they are loose. They can call me anyway. Hi-ho, Kermit. We got 34 viewers. That's so good. Or is it still 34? Let me check. I shouldn't check this often, but I'm like fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it. 36. We're doing great. Are we doing great? I think we're doing great. And we got all my friends here. Del Boy Trotter says this. It was only $9.99, Russ. What do you want for that price? Okla bleeding Homa? Okla bleeding Homa. What was only $9.99 that Gammy Russ entered? I don't know. Anyway. But Gammy Russ found what Del Boy Trotter said funny, so let's go with it. Tell me a right woman, Kerry. Women are good. They're also bad. Leanne says only 22 likes, though, people. Come on, get the numbers ticked up. Please. And can you answer this question? I'm talking to all of you. Mark, Kerry, Steve, Marmite, Joodles. Okay, you want to press subscribe on the page there where the image is. Is that working? I don't know. I know. Leave it to Discord, FM Ghost. Don't let the normies something what they're missing know what they're missing out on. Don't let them know what they're missing out on. If somebody's no good, we kick them out. But thank you, Leanne. Only 22. Lewis, I sold some young idiot a faux, that means fake, coat and convinced him it was real. It was like a camel fur. Well, how much did he pay for the coat? Steve Cup subscribed months ago. That's a good answer. Fish Weaver, have you subscribed? Now we're up to 25. This is brilliant. This is what we need to know. Hey, Tonto, pipe down. I'm trying to sleep here. Okay, who are you speaking to? Me? Am I being a bit too loud? I think, oh, no, the sound. Was the sound bad? I hadn't turned the sound on. He paid $9.99. Well, I mean, he should know that a leather jacket is not $9.99, and you basically charge them the price of a nun. But let's be nice to everybody. Everybody, let's be nice. The mainstream media ignores the complicated history of the Ukraine. It's because it was never a unified country. I think it was back in the day at some point. There were always fractions. Just because international law says it's a country, that doesn't undo history. That's true. But the truth is, why is the EU, why is Europe fighting for the Ukraine? Because they want their own empire, and they don't realize their day is gone. Sorry, I think their day is gone. Lewis, I know Del Boy very well. Maybe you have seen him. He was a very tall, lanky brother and uncle with a long white beard. He has a very tall, lanky brother with a long white beard. Del Boy. I know the TV show. I've never watched a TV show. So Susan said something funny. What did Susan say that was funny? And Miss Simpson, she's a woman. S. Simpson, Susan Simpson, Sarah Simpson. Hey, Pat, okay, she's a woman too. She is a woman too. So there you go. Lewis Schaffer, what are your thoughts on the unseasoned British food? A full English breakfast is known as a fry-up. Is the perfect hangover cure? Well, it's not the perfect because it's made with cured meat. It's too much cured meat, and beans are not good. So you're talking about the only thing that's good in a fried breakfast is sunny side up eggs. That's what I believe. What do you think, Del Boy Trotter? Tell us what you think. Exactly. They see a big country with people sort of okay with living under that flag and try to induct them into their club. But nationalities of the land don't want to. I could believe that. It's also a huge breadbasket of Europe. There's money to be made there. There's money to be made. The EU are mean. 50% tariffs. We've got to be strong too. What's your favorite? I don't think I've ever seen an Adam Sandler film, except that one where he brought all of his friends in on the film. But maybe he does that with all the films. Big praise for T9 Trump for an amazing peace negotiations. Yeah, I can imagine. I can see how he did it. I mean, I couldn't have done it, but I see how he did it. On the Russian retreat back home from Berlin, the Russians killed 6 million Ukrainian troops. Quite possible. Quite possible, you know. There was a lot of bad feeling. They were on the side of the Nazis. They were killing Jews. Bad feeling. There were agreements signed decades ago about the Ukraine getting rid of their nukes. With the agreement, we protected them from other nuclear powers. And did we protect them from other nuclear powers? Did we protect them? Answer the question. No, we did not protect them. So they made a mistake by listening to us. I would have to say that's the whole thing. That is what the whole thing. My favorite resident in mine was Marion. In mine, what? In mine, what? She has gone with the fairies and used to make up songs in the bath. She was amazing. So I concur, Steve and Leanne. What are you concurring to? What are you concurring to? Yeah. Ukraine is a geographical area with different ethnic makeup. Russia gave it to Germany in World War I in return for gold and Lenin. Possible. I mean, Lenin did go all the way from Switzerland across Germany into Russia, if you call that area even there Russia. So how did that happen? That's a really good point. And I know my history. There's lots of complicated things, Shish Weavers. There's lots. Shish Weavers is a woman as well. That's why I'm thinking of booking into the home to get off the stinking bus. So Vatanai Blackadder says Lenin was in Russia by that time. They smuggled him in around the time of the German advance into Poland. The reason they gave Ukraine independence to go into the German sphere. Is this talking about the Germans over there? Or the EU? Only when the shower is made of gold. I'm missing a point. I'm missing a point. I don't know what the point is. A full English breakfast is a cheat meal. How is it a cheat meal? But I'm trying to stay healthy with a carnivore diet. I have a dehydrator. You can make beef jerky. It's perfect for camping trips. If you go on camping trips, I mean, I don't do that. I mean, I do eat sausages, and I had a bit of sausage for dinner tonight, 40 grams. But I don't know if that's necessary. Is the Schaffer bus like the sex bus? Am I going to have to watch out? I'm going to have to ask a serious adult to watch out to make sure that no hanky-panky is going on. I guess Germany isn't a real country either because it used to be several different kingdoms and duchies. Several. It used to be dozens. Good point. What makes a country a country? What makes you have to fight for your country? If you don't fight for it, you don't have it. That's a really good point, Lucy. You have to be over 25 to get on it. FM goes, sorry, says Joodles. I don't know, is he making a joke? Not all of them ghosts. That's what the horrors want you to think. What did you say? How old, Kerry? Steve Cuff? All right, I might have to go in the other room and get a glass of water. Do you mind if I go in the other room and get a glass of water? How long is this going to show go? Is it going to go an hour? Because the show's been going an hour. I think maybe it should only go an hour. If it only goes an hour, we're going to end at, whatchamacallit? Do I eat Ruby Murrays? That's one of those rhyming slang things. What is a Ruby Murray? Mr. Meyer goes, it's all dirty tricks. It is. And who are the dirty tricksters completely? It's the left. The left are dirty tricksters because they think they're better than us. I hate to say it. They think that. Do get a glass of water. I'm going to get a glass of water. Thank you, Judith. I'll be right back. Everybody, you know what you can do? You can go to Twitter. Go to Twitter right over here. Can you see the Twitter thing? Can you see the Twitter thing? Let's see what that is. Go to the Twitter thing. Germany only unified in 1871. But sense of German identity strong before it, the North at least, which was Prussia. But the country was a very big country. Really, really nice. That's really nice. That's really nice. I got some water, cold water. I put it in a bottle. I've only started the smutty stuff the last couple of weeks. I had lessons for my beautiful Lorna. This is what Leanne says. That's funny. That is really, really funny. Craig, not Craig, would want us to talk amongst ourselves. Yes. Who is Craig? We have somebody new here. Anyway, we got some new people here. We got over 35 viewers, and this is a new thing for us. I think it's working out okay. I'm not going to go. I'm going to go. We'll go for an hour and 10 minutes. Lorna has no pants on. Is that true? The Germans wanted to run Poland and Ukraine as vassal states. To the outside, they were independent, but they had no true sovereignty. Sounds like the EU, doesn't it? Says Vatnar, yeah. And then what happened? Then they lost the war, and the number of Germans that were kicked out of Poland, so the north part of Poland it was Germany actually, it was Prussia, could now become Poland. I think 5 or 10 million Germans were like forcibly evicted at that time. I don't know, maybe that's not a record. Oh, yes, damn right. They better be sitting for some time, too. I don't know what that is. Craig, not Craig, works in Tesco, and he makes YouTube shorts where he talks about how awful it is to work in a supermarket. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Don't let Tesco hear that, number one. And number two, at least it's a job. You're making money. There are other people there. Maybe you won't meet a wife because women today, they want some guy on the internet they do not want. They do not want. A guy works in Tesco's, I guess. The Vatican got thousands of Nazis out to South America. They were not nice. No, that's true. They weren't nice. But, they got a bit carried away, the Nazis. Yeah. Huge territorial losses to Germany post-World War II and World War I and World War II. They lost both of those things. Darklands, who is a woman, a beautiful woman. Are you a beautiful woman, Darklands? I think you are. I'm in my PJs in bed watching the stream. That's totally sexy. That is really, really sexy. So people are in bed watching the stream. Who's in bed watching the stream? My nickname is Boo Boo, says Lorna. I'm known by family as Boo Boo Bear Bum. Is that because you like to walk around the house naked? That's really nice. That is really, really nice. Let me just say this. The Bakewell tart was given to me by my son, and it was put right in front of me, and it's very hard to say no. It's so small. I think it was 20 grams. It's a very tiny, tiny, tiny thing. Lorna says, I have some lovely pants wrapped up in tissue paper. What does that mean exactly? Is that a joke? Where did Lucy go? Bear Bum, no flap name. Well, you're not allowed. We're not talking about flaps. That's why Lorna knows about snedging. We're not going to talk about snedging. I looked it up, and even now I've forgotten what is snedging. What is snedging? Please. Lorna is going to give us her pants for Christmas gifts. I mean, we shouldn't talk like this because I actually really enjoy this. I'm really a dirty, dirty man. It was given to me by my son and put right in front of me, and then he shoved my head into it. Basically, he did do that, Joodles. That's what he did. He basically said, here it is, eat it. I can't say no to him. He's 6'3" tall or something. I just don't get it. I just don't get how the German people could fall for Hitler and the Nazis. They were an awful lot of red flags. I'm going to tell you something, Russ. Lots of people like red flags. I personally like red flags. When a girl tells me something bad, I just go crazy for it, number one. And if you want to know, did you see, what's her name? Who is it? Phillips? What's her name? The journalist, Phillips, you know what I'm talking about? And she said, the Jews have always wondered how something like Hitler could happen. It's happening in this country. They're letting these demonstrations go on and on. They should have been stopped from day one. They should have kicked the foreigners out of the country, but they didn't do it, so that you bring it on yourself. What are your thoughts on Italy making the Pope appeal to young people by making him post gym selfies on Instagram and having him post screenshots of his Spotify playlist? I hadn't heard about that, Del Boy Trotter. I haven't heard of that. But the truth is, we want an old-fashioned Pope. Not a newfangled one, an old-fashioned one. We don't want a new one. The new one plays in the hands of Team World, do they not? Lucy is Lucy. It's the Bakewell slice's fault for allowing you to eat it. I mean, a case could be made. Carbs, they affect your body. They affect your mitochondria. They affect your leptin. And they tell you basically keep on eating. Wintertime is coming. You need the food for winter. So I know you're making a joke, Lucy, because you're a very funny girl. But there's truth to what you just said. Carbs want you to eat more. Has anybody ever eaten one chip? Have you eaten one chip? No, you haven't eaten one chip. You can't eat just one chip. Have you ever eaten one crisp? You can't. Have you ever eaten one grape? Oh, I'll have another one. I'll have another one. The new Pope is woke, although I suspect it is all a Team World show. Yeah, and who's friends with the Pope? The king of this country. He's friends with it. The papacy was globalized from its creation. Well, they wanted to be their own empire, and we want to be our own empire. And Germany and France wants to be their own empire, and Russia wants to be its own empire. And why can't the Jews be their own empire? Have you had a drink, Lorna? Asks Kerry. Lewis, I want you to eat a cake on stream and tell us all the carbs are bad. Well, I had an ice cream the other day. You know, I had an ice cream today. I had one of those Soleros, but it was a fake Solero, £1.25. I mean, it's not good for you. It's not really good for you. It's not good. They succeeded until the 19th century in having their own empire. Is that what you're talking about? The Pope? Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's so hard. Isn't it hard? It is so hard to not eat carbs. They're very seductive. They're like beautiful women. They're like Shish Weavers or Kerry. They're so alluring. Alluring. I love you, Kerry. I love you, Shish Weavers. Lorna, you're so dirty. I love that. I love that. Leanne, I love you. Okay, Marianne is here. Hello, Marianne. Calling in from, where are you calling in from? From Peekskill. I knew that. I've just been given jelly babies by two different people at the same time. Online or in real life? Is that true, Lucy? Is that true? Even Maltese Phil came in and was shocked. What was he shocked at? What was he shocked at? 3 cities run the world: the Vatican, the City of London, and Washington. The Team World bigwigs are there. Can I tell you something? I'm not sure London runs the world anymore. Does London run the world? Could someone make a case for London to run the world? No, Maltese Phil was here. He'll come back. How would anyone give anyone else jelly babies online? How can you be given jelly babies online? Lucy asks. What is it all about to be given a jelly belly? Well, Lucy, are you not in favor of memes? So it's a meme. It's a meme. It must have been bad if Maltese Phil was shocked. Everybody's asking how Marianne from Peekskill is doing. Skill means river. Lucy's laughing at Kermit. That's really nice. Leanne, will you fart for me again tonight, Leanne? I love your farts. Thank you, Russ. I mean, I must have brought it on myself. Have I brought it on myself? London used to be called Little Moscow, not anymore. That's right, because we've been invaded by other people. Other people. Mark asks, don't talk like that, Russ. Leanne is better than that. We're not going to talk about Leanne's thing. Hello, Mark, says Marianne. Today was a good day. Brought my son to the dentist for a cleaning. A cleaning. Why don't you just use the bathtub? Doesn't your place have like 2 or 3 baths? Doesn't it have showers? I mean, why do you need to bring it to the dentist? Anyway, secrets are powerful. The UK has lots of them tucked under their belt. Yeah. The English are very good at secrets. That's why you're such good spies. That's why the women are so beautiful here. I married British women. I've gone out with lots of British women. They keep a secret. Here's the secret that a British woman keeps. I don't love you. How about that one? I never thought I'd see the day Lewis did an eye roll crying. That was yesterday. Then I crumble. I try to hide it. It's true. I will soothe when you are not. The City of London holds the incorporations for lots of U.S. bodies. It is kept secret. Possibly. All I know is this. The trading that's done in the City of London is way, way, way down. Is absolutely way down. This Vatanai, it's way down. Mark T-Bone Thorosian gets no. I don't know why not. I like him. Lewis, 1 1/2 baths. 1 1/2 baths. Laugh out loud. It was a dental cleaning by their hygienist. No cavities. Well, that's really good. You know how you make sure you don't have any cavities. Don't go to the dentist, number 1. And number 2, eat a high protein, carb-free diet, and you will not get cavities. No animal gets cavities. None, except for dogs, because they're fed kibble, horrible kibble. Gabby broke Lewis. Did you break Lewis? How did he break Lewis, Sir Joodles? How was I broken? The trading has nothing to do with it. We're not talking about what happens openly. Okay, we're not. It was a great city. It was a great city. How could you have a city like this in a city that's 100% people who were born elsewhere? That's not right. The trading is, okay, that's what Vatnai says. I went to the dentist for a clean and a polish today. It cost £72. Well, a polish is another £26. I think I was ripped off. Perhaps you were. How does your teeth look? Take a picture and send it to Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Can we do that? Can we send Lewis Schaffer pictures? He is sick of them sneaking up under the cover, Gammy. Who is that? I lost the joke there. I've learned a few secrets today. Corruption on every level, Lorna says. To do with money over child prostitution. Yes, there's a lot of evilness. A lot of evil. A lot of evil. It's rife, Lorna, says Steve Cuff. And Russ says, Russ is laughing at Leanne. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I got those. And they're taking my wisdom tooth out, too, for £74. For £74. Lorna's always naked, though. I think, are you always naked? Are you always naked? I've actually discussed my situation with people, and I think I'm a bit reckless with what I'm saying. I'm a bit reckless. But you guys are behind the mask, so you think you can say whatever you want to say. Lewis, it is no joke. Just let me explain, as it is quite simple. We all have a fetish. Okay, good to see you. One of my sisters pays £50 and another pays £80, says Lorna Hutchison. That's for dental treatment. MC Scott's, he's back on the secrets. Keep the Vatican a powerful place, too. That's what the secrets do, yeah. Well, it was a bit shocking when the king went to the Vatican, and now the king's going to Riyadh. He's hanging out with the Muslims. The world is a disgrace, Lorna, says Leanne. Women should rule the world. Who believes in that? Lucy does, but I don't think that they should, no. I mean, I think people are bad of every group. Of every group, they are bad. Not me. I'm amazing. Who thinks that Lewis Schaffer is amazing? Lauren is my stepmama, says FM Ghost. Is she really? Well, you could, yeah. Why not? Why not? I like it. I like the porn. Leanne, this is what Steve Cup. Women are ruthless and also caring. Makes perfect sense. Are women caring? Do you think they're caring? If they cared about me, they'd throw me a bone. Oi, says Lorna. I was just typing, and my name pops up about me being naked. Well, are you naked? Are you naked? You walk around as if you are. Are you naked? Haha, it's not quite sure that would be the case. But I love your enthusiasm. Who are you talking to, Leanne? Who are you talking to? Are you quite mad, says Kermit? Have you heard women? Have you ever spoken to a woman? Have you ever been in a relationship with women? Women are not team players. You know, we need a team to take over the world. The Queen of England, Queen number one, Queen Elizabeth number one, she was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. But, she was one woman. The rest of the things were men fighting. Am I right? Am I making it up? I read it the other day. It was a brilliant little speech. His Wormelian is here. He's here. Women are caring. That's what Wormelian says. But only for themselves when they want something from you. I'm not going to admit that because Lucy's going to come in and say I'm a horrible person. She's going to say, and Joodles will say I'm a horrible person. And then I'll have to, I'm not going to lie. I'll tell them the truth of what I believe. And they'll go, oh. And then they won't think highly of me. But that's true. Women, Wormelian women. I don't think that women should rule. Women should rule the home. Women are good at secrets. They are powerful too, MC Scott says. Anyway, I'll stop on the secrets topic now. No, you keep on going. You want to? Darkland says, women can be caring, but also cold. When a woman is cold, you've never seen the level of coldness that a woman has. They're totally cold. For the wealthy, Vatanai says, the secret elites, the control freak nut jobs like Blair, Obama, and Gates, humanity is just a youthful, wealth-creating plaything. I don't think they see it as a plaything. I think they take it serious. That's why they got so much money. Or maybe they do take it as a plaything. But I agree with you. They're making money off of us. Less kids starving, money not spent on bull, BS, animal torture would be stopped, Steve Cuff says. You know what? It's impossible. So why even talk about it? I'm going to the other room. I'm going to get some more water. Okay, I should have gotten a pint. I got a half a pint. Okay. Hey, is there a way to find out if anybody else is watching this, except the people on the chat here? Is there any way that I can press a button, refresh chat or something like that, and find out who's been watching? Is there any way? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Have you seen the level of coldness a man can have? It ends in murder. No, men don't kill from coldness. Men kill because they love. They kill because they're passionate. Women. The problem with women, this is Lucy saying this. This is not me saying it. This is Lucy. Lucy, you're saying this, right? The problem with women is they are consensus seekers, but also they're not team players. Okay. What is... Oh, I see. You're saying there's an inconsistency there, and you're talking to me. That's an inconsistency. They're consensus builders. Well, that's not team playing consensus builders. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's true. Well, you need somebody who's gonna lead. Who's gonna lead? Let's make sure that let me go check and see how many people are watching, how many people are liking this thing. Can I check? Can I check and see what's going on here? I'm going to check. We got 29 people watching now. We've gone for 72 minutes. Well, not really. We've gone for 62 minutes. And we have 30 people liking it. That's pretty good. I had a great time with my husband. We laughed a lot. That's what Lorna says. Let me go back on this thing. Okay, anybody want to make some final thing? I think an hour at this time is the right amount of time. The right amount of time. And there's the issue, Vat and I, the Angela Rayners of the world, who would sell their own son for a house, are the ones who climb the slippery pole. Are you gonna blame men for that, Joodles? I hope you're not. Can't say I laughed a lot with my ex, says Darklands. I mean, I laughed a bit. She was funny in the beginning, and then she just got mad at me, and I got mad at her. I was a really bad husband. So if any of you girls want to fall in love with Lewis Schaffer, I'm just warning you right now, it's not going to be nice for you. It might be nice. I'm trying to be as loving as possible. Rayner is a bloke, says Steve Cuff. Is that an insult? Should you be allowed to say that Rayner is a blood? The case rests, Your Honor, says Joodles. It's always great at the start. But when a woman takes over, or when the labor regime takes over, it's always great. And then people realize how horrible they are. And they are horrible. I'm done. 2 streams and a great session on Discord. It's exhausting. Okay, so let's just say goodbye to everybody. Lewis, would you sniff Liz Bentley's seat? Maybe I would. She's a very pretty girl. I'm going to ask the women out there, would you want me to sniff your seat after you've been on the show? Would you want me to do that? I think most women would like something like that. Wouldn't you like something like that? I think you would. So let's just say good night to everybody. Let's say good night to Lorna, Leanne, MC Scott. Make sure you go to Discord after this. How about that? Make sure you like this. Have you liked it? FM Ghost, Russ, Mark, have you liked it? Let's make sure we like it. Have you all subscribed? Mr. Marmite, Darklands, Josh Weavers. Have you all subscribed? Have you sent Lewis Schaffer a Ko-fi? Not me. Have you sent the stream? Have you been a supporter of the stream? I mean, we're all here. It's not going to kill you. 5 pounds, 10 pounds. It's not going to kill you. And that way you feel, we're coming here 2 to 3 hours a day. We're now at 121 days. 121 days. So that's 242 hours, right? Top tip, Mr. Marmite, you need to repeat your answering, because he'll have forgotten by the time he gets to you. Yes. The left are useful idiots. I was talking about that. That's one thing that I remember. They are useful idiots. Some of them are, and some of them are actually running the place, Mr. Marmite. So yeah, you're right. Everybody repeat the thing. Go to patreon.me/PayPal. It's patreon.com/Lewis Schaffer. Patreon/Lewis Schaffer. Go to paypal.me/Lewis Schaffer. Don't slash Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my God, I've forgotten everything here. Oh, I went up. I'm sorry. I went up. We're down here. And then tomorrow, that's a good point. Tomorrow, thank you very much. MC Scott, 7 p.m. on GB News. So you watch that, 7 p.m. We'll be here till about 6:30 maybe. /stroke Lewis Schaffer. I see that joke. Very funny. Very, very funny. Going to the Kinsey Club, which would be nice to do. Lewis, are you willing to put Liz's seat up for a raffle? I don't know. It's a good question. So Jules is laughing with this. All right, I think this has been a pretty good show. I don't think it's been the worst show of the 4 shows that we've done, but I think it's been a good show. What's your impression of this show? Could the show go longer? Is 10:30 a good time to start? Remember, I'm very tired. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and then I had to go all the way to Epping from Nunhead, so I'm a bit tired. I don't think you can't smell anything on a car seat. Maybe on a bicycle seat. Is there a moist spot on Liz's seat? I love Liz Bentley. Period. That's just it. She's just so great. She's the best of English women. She's great. Lewis, you found the seat over a park. It could make a profit for selling it. No, I got these seats from a friend of mine. He sold me his wooden table in the back. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do an hour and a half tomorrow. Maybe we'll do that. Loved it. 10:30 definitely better than 11, but 10 would be better, says Leanne. Well, we're meeting halfway for now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It could be a totally different show. It could be like totally okay because I'll be, yeah. There used to be a moist spot before Lewis. Please, Russ. Anyway, so Kerry, thank you. And Kermit, thank you. And Warmelian, thank you. Everybody's over to Kerry's for dinner. Okay. Darklands wants to go to 3 a.m. No? Okay. I've heard a good review, one good review. I think we've had a nice time. And considering I'm tired, I think it's been really good. Joodles, great job Joodles has done. So a round of applause for everybody. I'm gonna switch the stream off, and then what we do is I'm gonna do the end of the stream. So if you haven't been mentioned, maybe you can mention yourself right now and say, "What about me? What about my name? What about Kerry? What about Steve Cuff?" Let's go from there. Blackadder. Let's do all that stuff. So good night, everybody. Sorry, Lucy. I did not mention Lucy, and I apologize for not mentioning Lucy. And everybody write Lucy in the thing so she knows that she's loved and appreciated. She is loved and appreciated. She's one of the reasons why this show is so good. Joodles too, and Lorna. These are people who disagree with me, and it makes the show a better show. Imagine if it was just an hour of Lewis Schaffer. It'd be horrible. It would be horrible. Leanne, good night, you dirty people. Or good night, you dirty, dirty people. Yes, good night. So Warmelian lists Lucy's name, and Kermit does too. And Darkland says Lucy, and Leanne goes Lucy. That's 5 people mentioning Lucy. I'm sorry for making one extra tonight. You are, I don't know what you've done. MC Scott, another Lucy's. So thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy.